Hello guys, today I will start my speech about Python, and this speech is going to be on 10 parts, and today's the first part. So on the first part, what I will show is a complete thing of using Python, and it's one of the most basic commands, and I will do a project of a game. I would say more likely a greeting Python, or some basic commands today will be today, and the end result in the last two parts I will show the end result, and we're gonna do a game or something like that. So yeah, let's start on going into Visual Studio. First Python goes into Python, and for instance I have here, if you're Visual Studio user, you gotta just click in here and create a new project, and just click here Python application, or find it here Python application, and you can just find it here. I will say this is the best thing what you can do. So yep, just come into here on Python application. I will just do it to learning. So yeah, it's like, for instance, you can just make any name you want to. You can press enter or create. I will press here create. For instance, it tries to calculate it. So it's on my computer. I don't have numbers. On some computers you might have already numbers here. So okay, what we're gonna start today is with the basic command, as I said, and today I will just show 6 of them. Don't just spam my chat 6 7 because I said 6 because I actually hate that meme. So yep, let's start first with print. After typing print, print is actually a command that is gonna give a text on your screen if you're gonna click here. But you need to make the text, you have to just click here after print, do this, do both those, and then in them you have to just make those both. After that, come into them and just type any text you want. For instance, hello world, or most common greetings for Python. Okay, just gotta type in hello world and press any key to continue. After you press it, you are ready to go, because actually you just come out of here because you don't make any code to make it happen really good. So yep, you can just do whatever you want with this text, and yep. So the second one is input. Input is gotta be a question. Here you can still do this, and the most interesting part is the input is actually a questioning word, and input is kind of means that it's gonna be, in some cases it's really needed to use for to be the first one, or just to make input to the robot ask you something. And yep, if you want still something even more, you can just type in another command called it's called actually import. It also has to be typed in from the top, because of this you might have actually have, because it's only box on the top. So if you type in here import random, yeah, this command It's not really basic, I'm gonna say. But I will say that import random is really needed in a lot of codes and even in games that you will create from Python. So yup, this is gotta be a really used command by you, so you could just use it freely, that you can just don't even think about using it because it's really needed. And talking about import random, this command is likely making like random choice or something like that. So yep, I cannot really explain this command, but I will rate you just to type if you make like a huge project or script. I will rate it just typing it in because it's really needed command actually, one of the most needed ones. Let's look at this command import time. This command is kind of really needed too, because actually if you're making for instance time script, for instance like a clock with if you just said make me in 12:30 breakfast, for instance, you would just after just typing some code and it will make in this same exact time, it's gonna do the command and it's gonna do it. And import time is like an import time. Oh, sorry for missing so 210. So okay, time is actually a command that's like it's needed if you make something in Python. What is gotta need time, for instance, locks, Python clocks, programs, or something like that. So yeah, we just explained you already 4 commands, and those commands are kind of, I will say, needed. So I will say again, these commands are the most basic ones that you're gonna use every single time, I will say, and yep, it's, I don't know any codes without test commands. Or okay, I'm going to say that import times already not every single time used, but for instance ChatGPT you get import time because actually it's a false waiting time, for instance, and because of this you will just have to wait for it to answer you. And here is it, import time, and in the next part I will show you how you can actually work with import time. So yep, there's the 5th command I'm gonna say is this command, F. This might be a little bit complicated. What is this even? Yep, so this thing is actually used when you, for instance, have one method. For instance, you just did something like, for instance, name is, I will explain it in the next lesson or part. Name is, for instance, print. What is your name? Is your name. So yeah, that is kind of too easy to write, but it's a really needed command actually, because what's your name? And for that you should actually make even more code for it to write there. So yeah, I will actually, and this is where our input comes in, because if you write your input, it questions us, so we can write actually what we want to do. And now we can write, for instance, and yep, it now recognizes your name, and if you use this method name in somewhere else, for instance, so yep, I will show it now with the example for F, and I will rate you when you do this with input. Let's do a little thing to just not make it even more beautiful, and to just make a whole text like a plus line. Okay, so yep, we have your name, and right now we want to just write some commands. Print I am your friend. And here we see I'm your friend. It's like I'm friends. Yes, she's our friend. But it would be even better if we gave in our name. So likely we get to do this. But it's not actually gonna work at all. So you need to do this. You need just to place a little F just here. You need to make the text. And now you can just write in name. And it will recognize the name you wrote. So yup, if you could just click start and Emmer. I'm a friend Emmer, and right now it will just do the really neat thing that is gonna be like in ChatGPT 2. So yup. For the last command, what I will tell you guys is gonna be another really beautiful command. I'm gonna say you guys, and this command is actually looking like this. This command is more advanced, I will say, but it's gotta be also needed because this command is actually making it like that. As we do it, input what is your name? Sorry. Name you are having, for instance, this question. And here, for instance, if you write, or else I will say also. So yeah, for instance, you do another command. For instance, you do a guessing game where you just wrote, for instance, for one of those questions, no. For instance, is the human's blood green? You just wrote in no, but someone answers it with no with a little letter, but instead you just did with a big letter. It's gonna give out a failure, like you failed it. But if you're gonna just give in this little command straight, then it's going to be working. For instance, you can just write in from small and big letter. It's gonna means that it's not really complicated commands. So yup. Today, guys, I explained you 6 commands as I told you. And write me in comments what you wanted to explain me in my next part too. And what code, for instance, you would like to actually understand. If it's too advanced code, it's a script or code, I will make it on like 5th part already when you know a lot of things about Python. But if it's really easy script, then I will just make it on the 2nd part. So okay guys, thanks for watching and bye bye. See you on the next part.
It's raining tacos.